Hello, and welcome back. Unless you're new, well then, hi. Today we're going to finally be talking about a topic that's somewhat recent. And by somewhat, I mean Jack Harlow, Mr. Jackman himself, has just released his newest album named Jackman, which is his real name, apparently. I did not know that. But this new album is, really good. I was, really surprised, going into it. And yeah, I have allergies, alright, so I'm gonna sound sick. But yeah, I was really impressed with it, especially after coming off of Come Home the Kids Miss You, which I'm pretty sure was the number one album for my worst rap albums of 2022. Like, I like Jack Harlow. I think he's I think he's good. Like, I think he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not awful, but he's not like great. Like, he's in the middle. Like, he's with I don't know who's he in the, but he's like with Corday. Like Corday's from a Bird's Eye View album, kind of hit or miss. Like, it was there's some tracks on there, but like the rest of them are just like, ooh, get it off. Go to Lost Boy, let's bump it. It's kind of how I feel with like Jack Harlow, because you have just like Corday, you have Lost Boy, and that's it. But like with Jack Harlow, you had 18, Loose, Confetti, Sweet Action. Those are the only ones I can think of off top. And then the two albums that he dropped were just like meh at best. It's nothing like his old music, and that's what really put me onto him. Like, I went on a trip to Florida in 2020, I think. I used to sit there, big speaker out, and I just bumped. They attracted to my confidence, swagger hella prominent. Ugh, so fire, so fire. But no, he just kind of he turned whack after a while. Like, he was just whack. So I'm really happy that he just decided to drop an album. Like, it was good. Like, I'm just so happy because I have new music that I can listen to. So just starting off his newest album by a song that's like Common Grounds is just insane to me. Like, this is new Jack Harlow, but like old Jack Harlow. You get what I'm saying? So like it's just like a mixture of both, and it came and combined this lyrical mastermind. But it's also not that lyrical miracles. Like, he still did throw a little bit of swag into it. Like, it wasn't just like all stiff cardboard. My name's Jack and I'm Jack Black and I'm that. Like, it wasn't none of like that. That like I feel like we got like earlier in the career, but we still got to get that that swagger. It has some of that swagger to it that you get on like Loose, Confetti, Sweet Action, something like that. And it was really good. I was really surprised with it. Like, I really was. Great opener for the album. This next track, the next track on the album is They Don't Love It. It's not really a standout or anything. There's like one line in there that's just like really got me. The next track on the album is They Don't Love It. It's not a standout by any means. I mean, it has some good flows too. It has some good rhythm, some more swag that I really did like to see from Jack on this album. But the one line that really stood out to me the most, and the reason that I really come back to it, is just because of this line right here. Your boy striving to be the most dominant ever, the hardest white boy since the one that rapped about vomited sweaters and hold the comments, so I promise you I'm honestly better. The next song is Ambitious, and this is where you get to the problem. Like, I feel like we should have had some features, and this is just my opinion, so I'm going to put it in here. Ambitious should have featured either J. Cole or Chance the Rapper. Those are the two features that I would have really liked to see on Ambition. And on Denver, I would have liked to see Corday. I think Corday on Denver would have been a great, little mashup between the two, since I don't think they've been on anything since the Killer remix that they did with him. So, yeah, I feel like that would have been really cool. But besides that, Ambitious is another really standout, just because I feel like he's kind of going over this old, like, Kanye, college dropout, more like, late registration type beat. But, I mean, it still rocks either way. I like it. So the next song, Is That I, is I like, it's cool. I liked it. I really did like it, because it does have that Come Home the Kids Miss You vibe, but it's doing it better. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's doing it way better than Come Home the Kids Miss You, in my opinion. Like, it's, you got the like, you got that more melodic flow that you get more on Come Home the Kids Miss You, but it just works here. You know what I'm saying? Because he did do that on his old mixtapes. He did. Like, those were like songs that he has done before, but I think it sounds better here. The other ones, were mixed awfully, in my opinion, but I feel like it's done better here, which really makes for an interesting listen, especially for a song like this, which this sound isn't prominent throughout this, album so far. So this next track, Gang Gang Gang, has gotten a little bit of backlash from the subject matter about rape and pedophilia, but I will say it's one of the better tracks, even if it is dull and it is like a 8, like maybe 16 bar for each one of them. And some of the questions do get confusing, like, which Kevin? Our Kevin? Yeah, our Kevin, the one we know since 7. Like, it's cool, but, like, it's not the best. So, it's not up there with me. It's not a standout. Like, well, it is a standout because this is more darker than the rest of them. Like, even the beat sounds like something that, like, My Beautiful Dark and Twisted Fantasy would have had with its, nice, slow pace and how it just kind of lets the artist breathe on it. So, I do like it. I do think it's a cool song, but it should have been more thought out. And I think he really could have sat with the concept better than what he already had done. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not as good as what it should have been given the concept, and even the subject matter in the song is way too deep for it to go on a track like this, which is only like it's like it's 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So like he did not have time to thoroughly dive into this concept that he built in the song, which, in my opinion, is the only part of the song that really matters because the rest of it is dry, old takes from these other mixtapes that were better. So even though it is a disappointing track, I do see the highlights in it, and it's not a skip by any means. So let's go on to the next one. So this next song, Denver, is where I think he takes not the premise, but the idea of the song before it, Gang Gang Gang, where he takes that premise of like something deep and that's something that really matters to him, but he put like a little bit more effort into it. Like the writing was better. He's talking about how he's like kind of grown up over the last couple of years and like really saw like looked in the mirror and like kind of saw like who he was and who he is now. Like in the beginning of the song, he's talking about like I just walked past the homeless in a Rolex and now I'm feeling soulless. So like he talks about how he's feeling like down and depressed and like nothing's really gonna go up from here. Like he missed it when he was underground and no one really knew him, and then he finally got fame and like everything just switched on him. Like he has songs with Drake, Wayne, Ye. Like he has all the probably not Ye. I don't even know about all that, but like you know what I'm saying. So it does feel more thought out than it does feel more thought out than this last track. So I will give it all that. And the second verse where he starts out like. That first verse was wrote in September. Now it's January. So like he's talking about progressing and really coming through towards the light from the darkness. If you get what I'm trying to say, again, this is not scripted, so I'm just trying to go off of what I know about the song and like give my honest opinion on it. So this is no pre-script or anything. This is just me telling you how I feel about the track. So that's why you're getting all the stuttering takes, and that's why you're getting me mumbling over myself and saying and like a lot. Deal with it. Yeah. So I'm just gonna breeze past no enhancers. It's okay. It's probably the weakest besides no, it's probably the weakest on the track list, I'd say. It's not awful by any means, it's just kinda weak. It does that thing that Is That Alright did, where he's just kinda, just vibing on it. It's a vibe track. I'm not gonna skip it. It's just the weakest on the album so far. And there's only 2 tracks left, so I mean, it's not awful. This is the first time you get a decline in the track list where like it could be a skip, but like I'm not gonna skip it. It's whatever. Like it's alright. So yeah. Alright, I forgot about It Can't Be. I forgot it was on this thing. That's why I said there's only 2 left. I forgot all about this track because this is the weakest on the album. This makes No Enhancers look like one of the best tracks on the album. This is the one that's a skip. It has that dance hall Drake beat that's just whatever. Like we get it. You copy Drake. Like whatever, dude. Worst track on the album by far. Cut it down. 9 tracks. That's all we needed. Or throw a good one on there. You know what I'm saying? Gang Gang Part 2. More substance. That's what I needed. But nah. The worst song on the album easily. Kind of like whack, low key whack. So yeah, skip. Easy skip. Never need to come back to this. There's no point in my life will I ever need to sit down and say I want to listen to It Can't Be again. And yes, I get it. He's talking about it can't be that I'm this. It can't be that I'm that. It can't be that I'm like, I don't care. Bad song. Worst song on the album. Booty. Blame on Me is probably where he gets the most vulnerable, and it is probably the best song on the album. If I'm like being totally honest, the first one is about his older brother, and I don't. The third verse is a little weird, but the first verse is about his older brother, picking on him and like not letting him like hang out with his friends or whatever, but he still look up to him. The second verse is about Jack and how he treated his younger brother, and then the third verse is I don't know if it's true or not because like I don't know about Jack Harlow like that. Like I don't be reading up on this dude like every day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he's trying to tell a story or if this is fact, but it talks about how his son is treating his little brother how his brothers treated him. It's weird. You just listen to it. Just go listen to it. Quit listening to me talk about it and go listen to it. Best song on the album. Classic. This last track is Questions, and it's okay. Good outro. This is a good. It's a good album. Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard to talk about it when all the songs are like kind of the same. But Questions is, a good outro, and this is gonna be my outro. Cause again, no script. Peace. I don't know what else you want me to say. Bye.